Are we all up and ready to go? Okay, right. Good evening, everybody. Right, this meeting is open to the press and public by virtue of the Public Bodies Administration of Meetings Act 1960 S1. So the agenda, 21/22/13, apologies for absence. To note apologies for absence?
None.
And to approve reasons for absence, which is none for either of those. So we can move on to the next item. 21/22/14, disclosures of interest. To receive declaration of interest from councillors on items on the agenda, to receive written requests for dispensation for disclosure pecuniary interest, and to receive and consider requests for dispensation as appropriate.
No.
None from me.
None from me.
Okay, none at all, so we can move on to the next item. 21/22/15, minutes. To confirm as a correct record of the meeting of the Facilities Management Subcommittee meeting held on the 7th of July 2021, which is all copies of attached.
I will propose them as correct, Chair.
There's just one correction that I noticed was that in the 21/22/04 it says that Council Truly declared an interest in Andrew Tracy and Ian Stewart plumbing. Well, Andrew Tracy's a plumber and Ian Stewart is the joiner.
Okay.
So it's actually confirming as though they're both plumbers. Yeah. Other than that.
Sorry, say that again. So Andrew Tracy's the plumber and...
No, Andrew Tracy's a plumber and Ian Stewart is the joiner.
Right, okay.
So that's just a clarification. It's not a major issue.
I'll second that.
Other than that, so proposed, seconded.
There are some issues arising, Chair, which hopefully we can get a quick canter through from the clerk as to because of the date of July 2021 to now.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that most of them have been ticked off, but if we could indulge that after we've approved the minutes, just to I know it's not on the agenda,
Right, okay.
but I wanted to make sure that they're covered off.
Well, it's been a long time since Andrew.
Yeah, that's right. So
yeah.
I'll propose the minutes are approved.
And I'll second.
All in favour?
So
Yeah.
that's right.
So 21/22/16, confidential items to be discussed after item 21/22/24. To consider any items on the agenda need to be discussed in confidence after item 21/22/24 following exclusion of the press and public due to their sensitive nature. 21/22/17, public participation.
Just a minute.
I said I have none.
No, I have none.
Right,
Right, that's fine.
okay.
No.
Public participation, 21/22/17. Members of the public are reminded that this is their opportunity to speak to the meeting on any topic relevant to the work of the council. However, they may not speak during the rest of the meeting unless specifically invited to do so by the chair.
No
So
public.
we can move on to the next one. And then 21/22/18, Facilities Management Company. To receive an update on the search for a facilities management company for the upkeep of the hub.
That's one of my items on the minutes which I wanted to pick up.
Right.
It's actually covered.
Okay.
It says resolved that the deputy clerk is currently undertaking checks, I presume checks of the building, and will provide a hub management documentation for all building requirements. So I wonder with the deputy clerk sitting over there, we could have an update on that action.
Yeah, so basically we've got a document stating the plumbers, the people who might fix the windows, sort of local companies, of all the people that we can call on.
Yeah.
I did look into getting a management company, but we're too small a building for that. So what I've got is a list going of the people we can call on if we need the window fixing, if the electrics go, you know, if we need the plumber, and that sort of thing, you know.
So the schedule of people who can support us in the event of anything.
Yeah,
going
absolutely, and I've
untoward.
been managing sort of the building checks.
I think for us that's ideal. If we've
Well,
got,
yeah, well, obviously they don't want to do it, do they? It's too small.
I had a thought about this, a think about this, and my view was I've done this many times as a big company, and like Bradford with their painting contract, you put out a tender to say how much per wallpaper per square metre, how much to paint per square metre,
That's right.
how much for a given window 8x4, you know.
You order contract accordingly.
as Nicholas says, we're too small.
Yeah.
But I wondered whether we could put out a note to locals to say, are you competent in electricity? Are you NIC, EIC, or could you manage such a person? What about roof repairs? Could you either do it or manage? Window repairs? Could you do it or manage? So and painting and electrical sockets and heaters and lights, whatever we could think of, just as a checklist to say, are you competent to manage all this lot?
I
So
have
that
done that to some degree.
so the clerk's not doing it. That's,
Yeah, no, I
Nicholas
have
said-
done that to some degree. So, like Ian Stewart, the joiner,
yeah.
I've asked him, you know, what would you be able to do for us, and would you be on call for us if we needed you?
Yeah.
And he said yes, and he
Oh,
gave me a
that's-
list of
yeah,
things
that's-
he would do,
That's fine.
like the fixing of the building
Yeah.
round the corner. We have got, you know, obviously YSS have done the security alarm, so
Yeah.
you know we're in touch with those constantly. We've got now obviously Alto for the fire safety, doing the fire extinguishers. So I've got a list going of all the people we can call on. If
And they're all
something happened-
competent people to do the job.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I've actually
My-
spoken to those people.
We
and
don't
said,
want to add
My
more stuff
issue
to
with
it.
that is if we got Ian Stewart and I see his name on here, equally on here is not Nick Logan, who we use for the cisterns, and he would be competent. He was after the contract to do the woodwork outside,
yes.
and I informed him that it was going through the insurance company and they would place the contract, not us.
Yeah.
But he certainly can install double glazing. He can certainly do the double doors. He can certainly do
Yeah,
the
we've
plumbing.
spoken to him
He
too.
can do the painting. He's not electrically qualified, but he is plumbing qualified.
It's on our
So
list, isn't
there are other people out there
Yeah.
other than the list.
Oh
that-
well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but
And
that's-
if you've got more than
you can go in for an item for that.
if you've got yeah, but equally if you've got more than one for that cover trades, you can get, if somebody can't come, well, we might be able to do so.
You could do the
the
paving.
bigger
Yeah.
the bigger the list you've got, the
Well,
Yeah,
comprehensive
and
the
unfortunately,
list,
this is not the most updated list because we keep this on the filing cabinet. So we've got like
Yeah.
Bellaloo Plumbing, Adrian Reacher, he'll do
Right.
plumbing, heating,
Right.
electrical, joinery work, plastering.
right. Yeah, good.
Yorkshire
Yeah.
Security Systems,
Yeah,
James, that's
yeah.
his number. So
Yeah.
the numbers are on there as well.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
anybody needs
yeah.
to call.
Yeah.
So
Can I have a look
Yeah.
at that?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
It's not the most up to date.
No, no, I
I'm
get
afraid,
that.
but
I think we're moving in the right direction with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Some of that we just
Well,
got to build on.
The only problem I've got
So-
with that is I know Adrian, and he was the losing tenderer for the toilets,
Yeah.
whereas Nick Logan was the winning tenderer for the toilets, and
Just-
he's not on here.
Just add him on list
Yeah,
then.
that's what I'm saying.
Nick
So-
Logan.
no, he's on the updated list.
He's on the
unfortunately.
updated
list. There you
Today,
go.
put it on
His
the,
name's written on it in manuscript, so if you just added that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
okay.
it's
So
on
if you
my
call-
it's on the list on my computer.
Okay.
I'll declare an
Well,
interest.
it's all right then.
Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah.
well done,
Yeah.
got it covered.
I'll declare an interest post declaring the interest that I do know Adrian and Nick,
Right.
as you know
Covered that
Ian
item.
Stewart.
Yeah.
Well, I know Ian Stewart and I know and Andrew Tracy.
That's how you get the names.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just declaring an
That's
interest.
fine.
That's how, well, where it
Okay.
needs must you go looking for what you've got, don't you?
Absolutely.
That's what you
So
can do.
are we agreed then that we're not going to proceed with the facilities management
Yeah, I think we've
companies
got- I think we've got no-
using various FM specialists as and when?
It's not going to work from the information we've got
Well-
back. It ain't going to work.
I
Is it?
don't
We've
think
got to
so.
manage it the best we can.
Yeah, I think this is the best, both practically and financially.
Yeah, it probably
Because
is.
you'd
Yeah.
probably have to pay a lump if you had the
Would.
financial.
Oh, you would,
Retainer.
without a
Because
doubt.
So do we need to propose that, Chair?
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
want to have
And the local
retained
people as well.
I'll propose that we go along with
that
the system
proposal,
we've got.
yeah, to ad hoc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second that.
And all in favour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
No problem. 21/22/19 hub drains to consider the drainage problem at the hub and agree any actions. Has that matter now been resolved?
No,
Sort of.
Not quite.
Oh.
The 9 litre flush is working
Yeah.
to an extent, but John has to had one occasion.
I've only had to do it once, and I keep looking, and it looks all right.
Well, good on you. But I would say
It's honestly at this. I'm more concerned going forward when this other building comes on.
well, we're 10
I-
weeks away from having new
But
drains.
That's great. But as I say, this isn't a problem. As long as somebody just rings me up, I'm usually fairly, unless I'm on one of my,
Well,
continental holidays or something like that.
can I add
Where's
for
the problem
can
actually?
I add for the purposes
Yeah.
of the people watching
Yes.
that I disagree with you doing it?
Yeah.
Because you haven't got the appropriate PPE and you're not public liability insured to sweep out drains. Much as you like doing it, and much as I'm grateful that you do it, I would rather the clerks phone the appropriate company. And I know you're going to sigh because it was you.
I am sighing.
You save us money, but there is a liability there.
Taking that on a point, but where's the blockage actually?
It just right.
Where's it actually emanate from? I mean, where is it?
Well, we know where.
no,
we do
no,
it.
no. But where is it within the system?
It's there.
On
It's
the
there.
second
Right
manhole.
down the manhole.
It's on
Right,
the manholes.
That's it.
So is that
end of?
is that
And
going to be looked at?
Yes, it's
So
going
that
to be
problem should-
removed.
I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I.e.,
Because it's two coming to one, isn't there?
yeah,
Yeah.
but for some reason, I mean, it couldn't go on and on and on. Why is it just occasionally stops? It must be something that somebody that's abusing the system, putting
Maybe
some,
just cramming a lot of paper
putting
down.
something like that, and then
Yeah.
it just causes enough to stop it. And
I
then-
think there might be a burr on the plastic down there, but I'm loath to get anyone down there to get.
But if it's
Well, it's a
gonna
bit
be
awkward
amended.
getting down. It's only a
Yeah,
small
yeah.
hole.
If
Yeah.
it's going to be amended, Stephen, altered by
it's going to be moved. It's going to be a new manhole, basically.
right, so that problem should be overcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's
that's
actually
right.
at the junction.
It is.
Not, I was thinking, is it
Not
in the
at
system?
no, not in no.
No, it's in the manhole itself.
Yeah, it's just stopping there, and it's. In fact, last time, if you remember, Mark, when we did it
Yeah, we
ages
did,
since, there's the manhole there
Yeah.
and the outlet.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the outlet.
No, that's right.
It was held back.
Yeah.
And so all I had to do was push it through. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, with the problems
5 minutes.
still exist, but it's intermittent.
Yeah.
And it will be resolved with the development of the new.
Hopefully.
Unless,
Changing
I'm gonna
place.
add the
unless
word
it blocks the
hopefully.
next manhole.
Yeah, I'm going to add the word hopefully to that.
Interestingly, when it gets past there, it seems to. I wonder if it's going into a bigger pipe
Yeah,
It will be.
isn't it?
because it clears straight away.
Well,
Then.
it'll drop into the main sewer.
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
It
It
will
goes
just drop
mush.
there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So do we need to leave this on here, or do we need to take it off the action list?
Well, I think the agreed action should be to await the arrival of the new drainage system via Astor Bannerman.
To monitor it until the new
Yeah.
system goes.
Yeah.
That will be, revisit again post Easter.
Yeah. Okay. So right, we don't need to vote on it, do we? No.
Well, we can do. All in favour. Yeah.
All in favour, it passed.
Done.
21, 22, 20 hub entrance to consider the replacement of the hub entrance doors.
Well, this was me.
Have we had any quotes for it?
No, this was
Well,
me pushing this. I've long since thought that we should use some of the 20,000 reserve for the hub we've got to upgrade the capital asset we've got, which is to make the building look more welcoming and less like a public toilet from the street view.
Yeah.
And therefore a set of nice white PVC doors as per a standard porch or whatever would enable not only people to see who's in the lobby, it gives you an access and a security view.
Yeah.
You might argue that it would decrease the security.
That's what I was going to say. That's all. Yeah.
By removing the
solid door.
big solid doors. However, every house round here has got UPVC front doors.
Yeah.
Not
So-
thinking of having glass doors then.
Yes, glass doors.
Not UPVC.
UPVC with glass panels.
Ah, right.
That-
not total glass doors altogether.
That's
'Cause you
subject
can
to
etch them, can't you?
that's subject to discussion. I think I don't think I'm arguing that at the moment. I'm arguing for the principle of making this look more like a council office rather than a public toilet.
Yeah.
I think for coming down Myrtle Way, you drive past it because you look at it and it's like wood all over, and it looks like
Well, should we actually get some quotes?
I have an
What do we-
indication of money from a certain friend of mine who says less than £2,000. So,
Well, should we get some official quotes?
oh yeah, I think we should.
And then we can see. We
But
can
should,
choose
should,
the
should we decide we're going to do it
and then we
first?
In
can see.
principle.
Then we can see.
Should we say that this?
Do you think so in principle that we should upgrade the building by putting new
I think
doors
we
on?
should. I think it would. Yes, it makes it more welcoming. You've got to make something that's
Yeah.
There you go.
welcoming
Yeah,
into
that's
the building.
that's
I
the
think
only.
we've agreed in that.
The-
The only thing I
that-
would suggest is that we want to make sure that we have some. We want to do the major projects first to see what money we've got left, and then look at doing it later. In
Well,
the year.
there's nothing coming out the hub. The hub reserve is there for improvements in the hub.
Right. Okay. Well, then
It's there. It's 20,000 quid for a new roof, basically. When we first took on the building, we had no idea of the liability of the roof and whether or not, and it was just a sum plucked out of the air, wasn't it, by Ruth Batterley, the clerk, to say, I think we ought to put 20 grand aside.
So, do we need to refer this to the main council?
Well, we're only a
will have
subcommittee, aren't we? So
we'll have to refer it to the main
So do
council,
we-
but
I
we
mean-
need to get quotes and make them.
do we agree that we should do it? That's the first principle around this table.
I do.
yeah, well, I was only concerned about the security, and I've thought about it for and against it, but it will definitely look better.
Yeah.
And as you say,
I think
people who's in can see who's outside as well.
it would improve the security of the people
Yes,
through
yes,
the
yeah,
visibility.
yeah,
It would diminish the security of the building,
Yeah.
because it will remove, but it will take away 2 locks and add a 5-point locking system.
Yeah.
So you can argue
Yeah.
any which way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you-
you'd have to have some sort of double door. Wouldn't
You
you?
could even spec a high security UPVC. Yes, it'd have to be a double.
It'd have to be double door for access. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I'll go with it.
So in principle, then we want to put it to the council. We want quotes and then to put it to the council.
Yeah.
So what the thing is, we need to get 3 quotes for replacing
Well,
doors.
basically, are we subcommittee at F&GP?
Yes.
Right. So what had happened is
Goes back to
that this subcommittee reports to the F&GP first to say that our recommendation from this committee is that we do this,
And then
We'll
it
get
wants to
3
look-
quotes and do the R&R.
yeah.
I'm happy to take that on and do the R&R
Right,
for the
okay.
deputy clerk.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the deputy clerk wants to get some quotes, and I can certainly give you 3 companies to get quotes from, and they're all independent. M&G Windows, or G&M Windows of over by the Bradford Tip, whatever that road is. You know,
Oh, I mean, bypass the rugby club.
Wagon Lane.
Wagon Lane.
no, I mean right over Bradford's council office, council tip, right over Bowling.
Bowling Back Lane.
Bowling
Oh,
Back.
yeah.
So
Bowling Back Lane.
there's a company up there that I've used before, really good.
Right.
And there's Nick Logan who would do it, and he will use Bingley glass.
Yeah.
And then you've got any other company you want to
Yeah.
use.
Well, we need
to ask them for their recommendations,
lad at
yeah.
Conley Bridge that did all my windows and the Sumner.
There's one there, and oh, I know it. Yeah, okay.
And the
Should we
Sumner.
ask them to give us a recommendation?
Yes, a
And
recommendation.
then we can build a spec back
and
on them.
quotes and build a spec backwards. Yeah.
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 Is that all right, Nicola?
We've got 3. Okay.
Okay.
If you're using Andy Sumner, I can give you his mobile number.
I'll get in touch with that, yeah. I'll
Okay,
get
doke.
Yeah. So you'll propose it.
Yeah.
I'll second it. All in favour
Yep.
to go to change the entrance.
Okay.
Look at the feasibility of changing the entrance and
Yeah.
so. Right, 21, 22, 21, hub signage. To consider the need for new signage for the hub. So where are we thinking?
I don't know.
What do we
Well,
want?
I have some ideas, but it wasn't me who put it on the agenda, so I'm wondering whether Nicola or Eve.
Well,
It came from, sorry, go on.
All right.
It came from one of our other meetings, so we're now opening on Mondays and Wednesdays to the public, and the sign says that we're open every day.
those
right,
signs.
that's I see.
And I
Yeah.
think this was also about having a sign on the front of the door saying Bingley Town Council
Yeah,
offices.
because such as postman won't getting it right.
Yeah.
we
Stuff like
could
that.
add
Those
that
ones still
to the
not going
door
Yeah.
with graphics
Yeah.
from either the door company as
Yeah.
a stencil or your local guy that we've used before for the
Yeah.
signage whose name escapes me.
Well, they can etch it in the door.
Oh,
frame.
Yeah, the
Oh,
last agenda item might
yeah,
alleviate
yeah, I
that
know.
sign on the door.
Yeah.
And down road.
To
Yeah, yeah.
notify people that this is the office and not the toilets.
Yeah.
Yes.
But definitely the sign with the number of and the times that we're open, because that has now changed.
How does the people feel about a sign at the crossroads, the crossroads, which says Bingley Town Council, the hub, a finger point?
That'll be a Bradford Met proposal.
Yeah.
It will
It
be.
won't be anything that we can do.
It'd be us paying for it.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, the Bradford will have to agree it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't know.
we're talking about upgrading the building here. What about a pointer to say it's over there?
I think people know.
Yeah, well,
I
it's
don't
fitting on thing at top, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was just an issue of like you said.
It was a solid door, you see.
Yeah, the solid
Yeah.
doors, and
It
people
wanted
sort of open it and think it was a toilet, and if we had a sign on there,
I thought it wanted something on that solid door.
Yeah, it does, well, it does to
It
identify what it
did.
is.
It done. But if you've got,
But if we change the doors, that might.
you could put
alleviate
a, you could like you say, you could put a.
You
Yeah.
could put a big
Jess, somebody.
Just right.
Just yeah, that's
You could put a big sign down the CP toilet saying you've just walked past the council offices.
Go on.
So,
You go.
is that topic really covered then, in the sense that
I will
what we've
recommend
already
change.
got out there?
Well, no, because
No.
what Nicola's saying is the timing's wrong.
We need to change the
Oh,
time.
the signs want to be
Yeah, the
Review,
sign on
yeah.
the side is wrong. It's got the right number on, but it says that we're open every day.
It's got
But
your number on it, hasn't it? When it used to be the.
it used to be the clerk's number. It is, yeah, and I've
Yeah.
got the clerk's number
Right.
now. I mean, I don't think that's a major problem for me, but the time's wrong.
Well, is it, well, for what it's gonna cost, it won't be a big job to change the sign, will it, that's there.
So we just got to approve it, haven't we? So
Yeah, well.
I'll propose it,
Yeah.
you'll second it.
All in favour, yeah.
Yeah, we're on it.
So we-
The clerk can make up her mind whether it needs to go to F&GP again, the same principle.
Yeah.
I don't think we've
need to
got.
for that, will they?
Well, you have got emergency powers to do
Small jobs.
work, even Nicola over there, and I think if there is wrong information in the public domain, that needs to be fixed. If it was an internet, it would be fixed today. So I think whatever it
It's
costs,
not
it
a
needs to
huge
be
cost,
fixed.
is it?
No, I think it needs to be fixed under delegated powers because it's wrong. We're misleading the public. So that's, I would
And
say,
then if we
get it
change,
done.
going back to the doors, if we change the doors, then we get the signage right then as well.
Yeah,
So-
if the doors change, that might alleviate the problem of there being a sign on the door,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think you've
Oh,
got delegated
amend the
powers.
signage out there and get on with it.
Yeah, I'd say delegated powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Not
my
an issue,
advice.
shouldn't be, should it?
Okay.
So hub signage is resolved. And then 21, 22, 22, hub internet, to consider changing the hub internet provider. Now, I gather you've had some meetings
Well,
with
again,
Chris.
this is me. Yeah. The reason that I promoted the broadband into the financial regs at the last F&GP and added the word broadband because I wanted to. I've added it to the paragraph that gives the clerk emergency powers to deal
Yeah.
with services to this building,
Yeah.
and
Right,
it
so-
lacked the word broadband. So it now has the word broadband as agreed by the full council. So we're out of contract with the co-op. The broadband in here is standard. I've gone through it with Nicola and Eve, but it's what they call an asynchronous delivery.
Asynchronous.
So in other words, it's different coming down the track as it is going back up the track. And the reason for that is old school was that when you call up a page, you want the page. Going back up the track is just purely keystrokes,
Right.
so it's slower.
Right.
So you've got a 40 to 50 meg coming down the track, megabits a second,
Yeah.
and 8 to 11 going back,
Back
which
up.
makes it asynchronous, different.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas internet via a fibre is synchronous.
Right.
So
Same speed both ways.
we've met with Brisk,
Yeah.
who are offering it free of charge. What they want in return is some marketing or perhaps use of this room to have team meetings. We've said that's probably not appropriate,
No.
but the marketing side is blocked by the financial regs. I found it anyway. So in one of our regulations says we usually don't do it. We don't usually promote third parties.
Yeah.
But here's the idiosyncrasy in this particular pitch: is they give 6 months for free. So Helen was saying quite rightly, I think, that we shouldn't promote something we haven't used.
Right.
So we should use it, and
For 6 months.
yeah, use it for 6 months free of charge.
Yeah.
And then we would be prepared to and they're happy with that because at the point of in the first 5 months we're not paying, so they're not providing anything free. So they're not providing any gift to us because it would have been free to the public.
Yeah.
So everyone gets
It
6
is
months free of
free,
charge.
Yeah.
So they're not providing something free because it's embedded within their start contract.
This is just a promotional
Yeah.
thing. Right. Okay.
So I'm encouraging the clerk to go forward.
Right.
The clerk is resistant to the idea that we should go direct to Brisk
Right.
because the clerk feels she should get free quotes.
Right.
However, I'm saying that fibre is the only way forward because of this high speed. It's 960 megabits a second
Yeah.
flow and return, as opposed to 40 to 50 and 8 to 11. Right? And the fibre is the only company that does that. So
Well,
you
if
can
we-
go and get as many quotes as you like. Only one will stick out to the service that
Well,
we
at
want.
least then we've done what we should do as part of
Yeah.
the procedures
Yeah.
But you can
within the
get
council.
I
That's-
can be
that
honest
to
and
me,
say
it's
I-
only
And
a
you-
procedural thing.
And you can get those things off the internet.
Yeah.
So
Whatever,
I
but I
don't
mean-
see why
But
you
to
need
be
to have.
transparent, if we just get the
I
comparative
Yeah.
quotes.
But they're all
Ma-
using
ma-
BT, whether it be Co-op, Sky, anyone. The only one who's using fibre is Virgin,
Yeah.
and I don't think they're in this area. But you,
They are. They're in. They're in Lidl.
EP.
Yeah.
We're using
EE,
fibre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not, well, maybe not to here.
Virgin's in Lidl. That's
He
why
will be
Lidl
using
didn't open.
BT.
Yeah, yes.
You remember that a long
Yeah,
time?
if they've still got it.
The thing
No,
is, though,
actually.
we
Well, they
clearly
will.
don't know, do we?
EE
Why
will
we
be
need to
using
do the
BT, and BT
investigation,
don't do
yes.
960 megabits a second.
No.
They're maximum of
Right.
500, and
That
they're not
doesn't
giving
really
6
matter,
months
does it?
free.
I think
And
the
they're not
principle
giving
is-
6 months for free.
No, but
You've
it's not
got-
a matter of that. It's a matter. We want 3 quotes.
You've got to
and
get.
evaluate
You've
what,
got to get.
what they're giving you.
You've got to get 3 quotes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we want to get 3 quotes for the
You've at least
internet.
got to do the investigations. Once
Yeah.
you've done the investigations, it may be right, it's not worth pursuing this for a quote, but you've at least got to do the investigations, haven't you?
Yeah.
For councillors to make a decision that, yeah, Brisk might be the best company.
It might be. Yeah. At the end
Based
of the
on
day. Yeah.
information.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
go forward.
yeah. That's
Not a rad rush about procedures because we get pulled up for it. Won't we?
absolutely right. Yeah, yeah,
Should follow the procedures.
yeah.
So it was kind of a waste of time, the F&GP, putting broadband in the emergency
Well,
powers
that's
part
the-
of the...
That's as maybe.
yeah, that's as maybe. I was trying to help, and I thought
I know you
I
were.
thought I'd done it, but apparently not,
Right.
because the clerks are overworked and underpaid. So they say.
Well,
We never said underpaid, we just
No.
So
So 3 quotes then.
yeah,
you get 3 quotes on to do
And
that.
that's proposed and seconded, Chair.
yeah,
Yeah.
All
yeah.
in favour, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, 21, 22, 23, damage to the hub wall. Just see
where
an
are we?
update on the damage to the hub wall.
Where are we at? I don't
Right.
know.
As
Yeah.
it stands at the moment, I'm just on with the insurance company to get the form filled in so they can take on the payment of the insurance. I've spoke to CNG, are going to do the work, and I'm just waiting for them to get back to me for a date to fix it.
Who was C&G?
CNG.
CNG?
Is it CNG? Yes.
Are they appointed by the insurance company?
No. I got
All right.
I got Bowman Riley out to have a look at it,
All
and
right.
I found another company, CNG, and they're in Bingley. They sent out their guys to have a look at the work, and also sent a structural engineer out who said that structurally it's fine. I've sent documents over to them from when Bowman Riley did the building.
Yeah.
They're all happy with that, and the insurance company have just said well, we're happy for it to go ahead. So I'm just waiting for CNG to get a date to me of when they're going to start work and fix.
Being a little bit of a pedant here, Nicola,
Yeah.
Bowman Riley and architects don't do wooden fencing. So did they deploy a contractor to take a look?
Yes, yeah.
So it's not Bowman Riley, it's another.
Well, the subcontractors are
Yeah, it's
Riley.
someone
Bowman
private.
Riley will be,
The
yeah.
guy was called, I think it was called Anthony from Bowman Riley, and he
Yeah.
came out and
He's the
sort
one
of,
that you've been dealing with, isn't it?
Anthony
he
Wright's
came
the
out and
architect.
He did
No,
a
yeah,
survey.
QS.
He's a QS. He's not a fencing supplier or a
It's-
cladding
No,
guy.
no, but-
Chair, is
Yeah,
this
it's not
relevant,
fault.
please?
No, it's not right.
Right, can I move on?
Well, it
then,
is
please?
well, excuse me, Councillor Good. It is relevant because I just got pushed back on getting 3 quotes for the hub
Right.
internet, and now I'm being told that an architect has been to see it, and it's not.
No,
we had
no,
3
no,
quotes.
but
I'm
it-
asking
He's
if
not
we
an
had 3
architect.
quotes.
Bowman-
It seems
Bowman
not.
Riley's-
Just a minute, Councillor Williams. He will have, whoever you've asked to come out, he will have got a quote from a competent person to do
But
the
did
work.
he?
Can I
Yes.
can
Well,
I
it's-
clarify this,
Yeah, so I don't think it's an
Councillor
issue.
Williams? I won't try to knock you back.
Yeah.
The reason I said it was irrelevant is because the decision has been made.
Not by this. By whom?
All right.
No, we haven't made the final decision. We've got 3
Fine,
quotes.
fine.
And we've got people who's done it.
Right.
And however they've done it, whether it's through a third party or whatever, we've got 3 quotes to do the work, which has gone to the insurance company.
Yeah.
They've agreed one of them to do the works,
Right.
and so they're imminent to give the order. Is that right?
Absolutely.
So that's
So-
where we're positioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we can move on.
I thought I understood from what Nicola said that we were just waiting for them to come.
Yes.
Yeah,
we are.
that's right. They've got an
That's
order.
it.
Yeah. Oh, they're imminent to get an order.
The decision has been made. Then.
Any day now, I'll be told when they're going to arrive
Yeah.
to fix the
Right.
side of the building.
Okay.
So, in that case, going by what you've said, you'll need to propose it and
I'm
second
not
it.
proposing it. I'm abstaining. You 2 can vote it through because I don't have the visibility of 3 quotes. Haven't seen 3 quotes. Bowman Riley and Anthony Wright are not quoters. I've got no evidence that 3 quotes have been made. So on that particular vote, you 2
There
can vote.
wasn't
with
3
it.
quotes, the insurance company only wanted 2. So
Okay.
I got the 2 quotes. Bowman Riley came out and did their quote for the fixing of the building, and then CNG came out and did
Did it.
exactly the same, and I sent them both to the insurance company,
Right.
and the insurance company went with CNG.
So Bowman
Right.
Riley did actually provide a physical financial
Absolute
quote.
full quote, yes.
Okay.
Fixing the building, the
I,
cladding.
I stand corrected. Now we know that they only wanted 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally
I-
they told me they only wanted 1,
Well, that was
and then
happy
they
days.
decided they wanted 2, so I had to go down that road, and that's probably
Yeah.
why it's taken a little bit
Okay,
longer. 'cause
I stand corrected.
Will you
If they only
propose it
want-
then?
No, I'll second it. You can propose it.
I'll propose it.
I'll second it.
All in favour, yes.
Right.
I'm sorry to be a pedant.
It's all right, it's not, it's
So
fine,
we,
it's fine,
we
it's fine.
require 3 quotes.
I was just moving on, that's all. I
know,
just wanted to move
I
on.
know.
So now we move on to 21, 22, 24, exclusion of press and public. To resolve that members of the press and public be excluded from the following items under the provision of public bodies, brackets Administration to Meetings Act 1960, S1, brackets 2, close bracket, during consideration of items of confidential nature.
Propose-
You have spotted, both of you, that there are no members of the public in the room.
I know, but we
Yeah, but you know, you have to, I'm proposing it. I'm proposing with,
Seconded it.
you've got to do that, haven't
Well, I
you?
would have said at the beginning there's no members of the public in the meeting.
Well,
Well, it
And
is.
you would have
I'm
said
running the
so.
meeting, so we'll do it the way I do it. All
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then, thank you.
We proposed and seconded that,
And
Chair,
I'll
and
move
all
it
in
forward,
favour, yeah.
So right, can I ask how much is a quote for the building? Can you switch that off, please?
Yeah, hang on. Let's figure that out.
Just bear with me a second.
Just as a matter of protocol, the quotes for the building for what? The wall?
Yeah.
The fixing.
Yeah, okay. So why don't you ask that outside the meeting, because
Well, I am
it's...
because we close it, well, we can close.
Yeah, no, let's finish the
Well, we-
agenda, then...
Well,
you
we
can
finished
ask
the
it.
agenda now, we move on to the date of
The
next
date of the
meeting.
next meeting. Let's do that and then turn it off, and then you can
Oh,
ask it. It's not part of the meeting, I'm saying, Chair.
Isn't there any financial stuff to?
No.
Oh, I
we-
didn't,
no,
oh, is
no,
it just on the agenda, right, I
I'm
didn't
just
realise.
saying, as a
All I'm
point of
saying is,
principle,
what's
we
the-
didn't agree anything to go there.
No.
Mark's asking a question out of interest.
Right,
So
No,
that
no.
question out of interest should be done outside the meeting.
so, is it off now?
No.
Oh, no.
So I think we
The
should do...
date of next meeting, so we need a meeting,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that's gonna be the, so what, should we have it in 3 months' time?
Certainly after April, the building will be there Easter
Easter, so that's May.
with a following wind.
Right.
Yeah.
If we could do it after May, that would be wonderful, because we've got month end, we've got...
All right, so,
Annual general
we've got
meeting.
Yeah.
so when would be the best time to have it, early June?
June-ish, yeah?
Yeah.
Mid-June?
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Well, early June if we can, because I'm away in mid-June,
Right, okay.
end of June. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll just get April and May out of the way, that's a big time
Yeah.
for us.
Do you want to actually set a date then, or?
Well, will we
can-
have to meet to consider quotes for doors?
Well, we can look at the quotes, can't we? We can discuss it.
I can send
Well, you
it
can
round
also-
by email.
Can you, can you not do it in F&GP, that?
We could.
They'd have to
We
go
could-
to the
we
F&G
could- Chair?
anyway, wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
Chair, if you've a mind, we could push that up to the F&GP, as John suggests.
Well, let's do
Now,
that.
now,
Right,
we, now
so-
we've
So,
agreed
so
to
that
basic
we don't have to have a meeting to recommend it to the
No,
F&GP.
no, let them get on with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
No
yeah.
point in us adding an extra layer in the cake, is there?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the calendar. What are we doing now for
Same as yours, yeah.
I'm not off it on this keyboard yet, so I don't know.
February?
What did you say? June, Chair?
June, yeah.
Well, it's a Thursday, so you might say 9th of June or the 2nd of June
Just,
or the
just,
16th.
just a matter of interest.
Yeah.
Why did we finish up having this at night?
We can have it anytime you
It
like,
was just when everybody was available.
We,
All right.
It was
Well,
quite
well,
short
we
notice.
three and Helen are all retired,
but we can
Yeah.
so we could have.
There's no reason why we can't.
do it
I mean,
anytime
it'd
like.
be easy, it'd be just as easy, wouldn't it, to have it in Greater?
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
not on a Monday or Wednesday afternoon.
Thursday.
Pardon? Not on a Monday or Wednesday
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to try and avoid when the hub is open to the public.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not
Keep
best
away
practice
from
for a
meetings.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
The only issue is who else would be nominated and voted onto this meeting in the absence of Councillor Owen.
Right, yes.
If it's Councillor Druker, for instance, or Councillor Carney, they can't meet during the day because of work commitments.
Oh, well, that's a different
So
animal.
we'll- but normally,
I asked the question, why was this meeting at night, that's all.
I agree.
Well, if we set the meeting date and once it's decided at full-time council who's going to be on this committee, the
Yeah,
meeting
we can
date's
do.
set.
Shall we do the second week of June?
Yeah.
Because the first week we've got the Queen's Platinum celebrations, haven't we?
Yes, we've got two bank
Oh
holidays.
yes, I'm away then actually.
Yeah.
Joy.
The F&GP is on the
So-
8th, Chair.
8th.
The F&GP is on the 8th.
Yeah.
Which is a Wednesday, so we could have it on
No,
Tuesday,
the
couldn't we?
F&GP will be on the 15th because, oh no, it's second Wednesday, sorry, no, it's
Second
planning,
Wednesday,
yeah,
yeah.
planning then.
So
isn't it?
planning
Yeah.
will be on the 7th.
No, planning will be
No,
on
planning will be on the
14th.
14th.
Second Tuesday.
Yeah, because that's a Wednesday.
Oh gosh, right, sorry, yeah. So that, yeah, it falls
It's
out.
one of those funny months where
Yeah,
different.
when planning and
GP's
thing are on
okay.
different days,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thursday, 9th of June,
Yeah.
Okay with me.
during the day.
Yeah.
Afternoon,
Yeah.
1:30.
Yeah, sounds good.
Done. Right.
9th
So
of
if you're
June.
going to close the meeting, Chair, I'll turn the
Right.
recording off and say
End of the meeting. Next meeting
Right.
Thursday night, June 1:30.
thank you very much.
Good,
So good night YouTube everyone.